Today's video will discuss chapter 12.6, surface area of cylinders. So I'm going to first start with the formulas we looked at in the last video, which this is the lateral area and surface area of a prism. I want you to think of a cylinder as a circular prism, and so this is the formula for the lateral area of a prism. Let's just pretend it's a rectangular prism, so I'm looking for the perimeter of the rectangular prism base. Multiplying the height will give me the lateral area, right, which is the same as down here. And then I'm going to add 2 times the area of the base. Now, let's talk about a cylinder. So for a cylinder, it's very similar in that I'm looking at lateral area is the area of, the perimeter of the base. And so if you think of perimeter of a circle, that would be circumference. And so circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times r, right? Or or pi times diameter. So 2 times pi times r, or pi times diameter times the height. That will give me the lateral area of the cylinder. So that's going to be kind of the area, the circular area around the cylinder. And then to find the surface area, I need the circular area plus the base, right? The 2 bases. And I know I'm pointing at a lot of things that don't necessarily exist, so you just got to kind of pretend like there's a cylinder sitting right here. Surface area is going to be the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base, which is the same as 2 times pi times r times h, right? So this is my lateral area, so that's like circumference times height, plus 2 times, and if you think about how you find the area of a circle, pi times radius squared. So it's 2 times pi times radius squared. The most common mistake here is make sure that you square the radius before we start multiplying. Make sure we multiply this number and multiply this number before we add the 2 of them together. And that's through order of operations that we must do that. So I got one example for you. We're going to find the lateral area and then the surface area of this cylinder. And so find the lateral area. I'm going to go 2 times pi times radius times height. So this is 2 times pi. The radius is 6. The height is 12. Now just be careful because sometimes they'll give you the diameter here, right? If they give you diameter, you got to find half of that, or you can just get rid of the 2 and just go pi times diameter, because 2 times 6 would be 12, right? And 12 would be the diameter. And so this becomes 2 times 6 is 12 times another 12 is 144 times pi. Right? And so remember, commutative property tells me I can multiply them in any order that I want. And so 144 times pi will give me 452.3893 ... Remember that this 8 is going to tell me that I should round up on that 4. So my lateral area, where do I want to write this? Let's put it here. Lateral area equals 452.4 centimeters squared. So that would be my lateral area. Now, if I want to find the surface area, remember I'm going to use this lateral area, but I would ideally like to not round. And so as I look at the surface area, if I'm thinking of this as the lateral area plus 2 times pi times r squared, right? So I'm going to come back to this in a sec. Looking here, so I'm just going to substitute lateral area in for here. So I'm calling this the lateral area plus 2 times pi times r squared. And so in order to make it so I don't round, instead of using this number down here on the bottom or this number, I'm going to actually use this as my lateral area. So I'm going to go 144 pi, right, or 144 times pi times 2 times pi times radius squared, so that's 6 squared. So this is going to be 144 pi plus, this becomes 36, right? 36 times 2 would give me 72 pi. Now, some people will go 144 times pi, hit equals, go 72 times pi, hit equals, add them together. It's actually going to be more precise if what I do is I essentially pretend that this is like an x, and so 144x plus 72x means that I would have 216x, and then instead of writing x, I'm just going to say pi is x. So I got 216 pi. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to multiply that times pi, and this will give me a much more precise number, and so now I've got 678.584. This 8 tells me that I should round up with that 6, or I should round that 5 up to a 6, so my surface area is 678.6, and I'm going to write it down here, centimeters squared. Make sure that it is centimeters squared. All right, so what a lot of people end up getting confused is here with this pi, make sure that we're adding these two numbers together, right? The reason I can add the 144 and the 72 to get the 216 is because both of them are being multiplied times pi. All right, so that's all we got for you today on surface area of cylinders. Thanks very much for watching the video. Don't forget to do the problems on the bottom of the page. I'll see you in class.